Hi, and welcome to this guided meditation, this guided visualization. So make sure you find yourself somewhere comfortable where you can lay back and be undisturbed, turning your phone off, maybe creating a bit of a sacred space around you, lighting a candle or whatever makes you feel more relaxed and special as you gift yourself this time for this beautiful visualization. So when you're relaxed and settled, just become aware of your breath and just take 3 deep breaths to relax your mind, body and soul. Breathing in the beautiful white light, healing energy that's being sent, and breathing out pure energy, and breathing in the beautiful healing energy that's being sent to your body, your auric field, for wherever the energy is needed. And then just take another breath together with me. Fill in your lungs and your belly, and then exhaling any stress, any tension, any distractions, so you can just be. And then begin to draw your breath gently through your heart. Visualize this center as a sacred crystal of many facets, bearing 6 points that cast rays of wondrous living brightness into every direction. And just stay quietly at the center of this star crystal, for this is your true self, and its facets are aspects of your soul temple through which the eternal flame of your spirit shines. And now you are drifting in the night sky among the stars, and you float very slowly, very gently, as if becalmed in an invisible boat. All around you is the quiet darkness and the soft glistening of the stars twinkling like genie treasure in a vast hidden cave. One exquisite star shines purer and clearer than the rest. As you enjoy its bright crystalline radiance which falls over you with fairy grace, the certain knowledge comes to you that this is a celestial body. It's not a star, but the lovely planet of Venus. One exquisite star that shines purer and clearer than all the rest. And this realization breaks like a wave on your consciousness, and you gradually begin to spiral downwards with the gentle motion of a dream into a beautiful starlit canyon, which seems to lie directly below the white beams of Venus. The canyon is deep and silent and dark, although you can see here with shadowy clarity by the light of the moon and the stars. Here a Native American warrior awaits you in traditional dress, bearing 4 shields. One over his heart he wears a silver 6-pointed star with an arrow and a heart motif inscribed upon it. You know him to be a warrior of peace, charged to challenge and overcome those elements that arrive and arise within the sphere of human consciousness, seeking to destroy the harmony and peace of the heart-centered soul. He leads you to the midpoint of the canyon, where a great medicine wheel has been set out under the stars. You walk with him to its center, and he stands with you, tall and majestic, as you both look to the divine south. He gives you one of his shields. It is red, inscribed with a wave formation and decorated with a crescent moon and wild turkey feathers, and 3 bands of orange wampum across its face. The moon is the light that shines in the eternal summer of the south. Look through the dancing plant forms and see Black Wolf Spirit. She will lead you to the source of wisdom. A garden, strange, wild and beautiful, seems to have grown up in the place of the south. You see a spectral black wolf and allow your spirit to follow its lead deep into the garden wilderness. The garden is dancing. The plant forms lovely, spiritual. They sing with sweet chanting voices. You can hear the music. They clear suddenly under the crescent moon, and you come to a lagoon of pure water. Under the moon, a mysterious figure repeatedly dives and re-emerges from the water, and then coming to rest on a crystal rock. As you draw nearer, you see that she is a woman bearing the form of a mouse. Both shapes manifest in vivid coexistence. Who comes here to seek? Diving mouse woman, she asks. Give her your name by saying it out loud in your mind. You look into the eyes of the diving mouse woman and see that there's trust and innocence of a child. You understand that these qualities cannot be exposed recklessly and thoughtlessly to the harshness of the outside world, but must be protected within the wisdom and divine will of the Spirit. As you comprehend this truth, you also see that you must be constantly vigilant to protect the child within you and all the children of the world. For the eyes of the diving mouse woman there shine not only the sweetness of the infant, but also the love and mighty care of Divine Mother. Diving mouse woman escorts you back to your past and allows you to comfort and nurture the child within your own nature. Diving mouse woman begins to leap in and out of the water again, and this time you notice her mouse-like qualities which surprise you with their scope and unexpectedness. You see that the mouse is endlessly resourceful, nimble and alert. Your human wits are not quick enough to follow its every movement. The mouse is playful, curious, eager. It is meticulous and methodical. It is bold and daring. It pushes boundaries. It is cheeky. It has clarity of movement and decision that's breathtaking, and a ferocity of will that can often outface human determination. It has an unquenchable zest for life. The only weakness of the mouse is fear, which can make it panic blindly. You see that diving mouse woman is contained within the feeling body, the emotional body of your soul. You realize that this precious lagoon must be cherished and protected by the wise heart of your spirit, for it leaps with joyful life and feeds your whole consciousness. Black Wolf Spirit returns and leads you back to the center of the medicine wheel. Before you step over the threshold, your Native American warrior guide says to you, "Open your being to the lessons of this sacred orientation and to the beauty, power, and revelations that come to your heart from the south." You obey his words, and you see an enchanted city in the south called Phineas. The sign is a spear, a fiery point that is destined to penetrate the heart so it may wake and live, slaying all the droves of the being. It says, "Remove the veil of fear." You step over the threshold of the medicine wheel and turn with your guide to the magical west. You find the first shield has blended with your soul. Black Wolf Spirit hands you the second shield. It's decorated with osprey feathers and inscribed with the symbol of a mountain, with a single flower growing from it. It is black with touches of gold, and crystals have been sewn into its deer hide. It bears 2 black bands, Earthshine and the ancient sign of the zodiac light. The fruitful autumn of the west, says your guide. Look upon the place of the stones and follow Darting Bird Spirit to your destination. Darting Bird Spirit comes swooping into your field of vision, and you climb after her into the place of the stones. Great boulders surround you, although they glimmer with half-hidden precious gems. All around you, the countryside bears the soft dune shades and the fiery colours of autumn. And in the early morning sky, a perfect ring of pearly radiance sits like a crown upon a heaven's dome. And you know that this is the beautiful phenomenon of the zodiacal light. Darting Bird Spirit leads you to a deep cave. You can pass within. A great shadowy bear is dancing in the mellow underworld dusk. You feel the dark, secret, potent and healing energies of the earth, and you speak your name out loud to the bear. The bear speaks, "Dance with me, human soul, for I am your sister, I am Dreaming Bear." You dance with your sister, Dreaming Bear, and as you dance you hear the beat of drums and the exhilarating throb of the Native American victory songs. You 2 dancing figures throw impossibly huge shadows on the great wall of the cave. Bizarrely, the shadows of Dreaming Bear is no greater than your own. As you dance, you sense that Dreaming Bear is indeed a great dreamer, for she spends almost half the year in hibernation, dreaming the great dream and studying magical inner wisdom. You become aware of her power, of her massive stored energy. She, in truth, a spirit of the sacred earth. You consider the splitting of the atom and the untold power reserves held in the physical atoms of Mother Earth. You think of her wild stone heart, not cold and hard, but loving, emitting warm and nurturing energy, like the beauty of her crystal self, of which half her body consists. And yet humans experience the earth state as powerlessness. You think of your own physical body, your temple, the holy vessel for divine spirit and its manifesting. You consider the sanctuary of ancient artifacts and how the ancient cycles must return, for nothing dies. Rather, it is just transformed as it passes through the body of the Great Mother. You feel how important it is to express Mother Earth's goodness and wholesomeness, her vitality and beautiful energies, by adhering to uncontamination, natural foods, and how those give good mental and emotional as well as physical health, keeping you firmly anchored in the rich, life-giving soul of the eternal now. As Darting Bird returns and takes you, you take your leave of the dreaming bear, and you sense that the mysteries of earth are far greater and deeper and more sublime than humanity has ever conceived. You find yourself back at the threshold again, ready to re-enter the heart of the medicine wheel. Your guide says to you, open your being to this magical orientation and to all the beauty, power and revelations that come to your heart from the West. You see the enchanted city of Mauritius twinkling in the mystery of the declining West. Its sign is a miraculous hollow filled with water and fading light, the essence of earthshine which so mysteriously and dimly lights the heavens. It's the emancipation of the veiled Earth Mother. It says, remove the veil of shame. You step back into the middle of the medicine wheel and your guide passes you the third shield. Once again, your hands are empty to receive it, because the shields of the South and the West have inserted themselves within your soul. The shield of the East has a golden hue. It seems to flow with golden hair. It's decorated with golden eagle feathers and emblazed with suns and spirit forms in fountains of fire. It bears one yellow band upon which a single eye is engraved. Grandfather Sun lights the skies of the bright land, says your guide. Let golden warrior woman lead the way, for your path penetrates the mysteries of the human heart, beautiful, radiant, and kind. Golden warrior woman lifts you into the bright land on the currents of her sweet breath. She carries you to a mountain top. There, wheeling above you in the blue, is a great golden eagle. Who is it that comes seeking Grandfather Eagle? He cries. You speak your name aloud, and he drops to a rock in line with your brow center. He holds you in his vision with his sharp, unblinking eye. You'll do, he says, and launches suddenly into the air, giving 3 terrible shrieks. They seem to resound in you and make you stagger back. When you regain your balance, the world has changed. You're in a sphere of incredible, brilliant radiance. Your mind, your vision, your heart has never comprehended the possibility of such ecstasy, such glory, pulsing forth, giving forth. self-replenishing. Beyond the disc, its source and its center, is the perfect shape of a six-pointed star, calm as a vision of paradise. You are in the heart of the sun, says Grandfather Eagle. Dear one, do you not know that this is your own essence? How can you doubt yourself or your power to overcome when this is your true home? You listen to Grandfather Eagle's words and you feel a magnificent brotherhood, sisterhood, with every member of humanity and with all life. You see it go from you like a ray of light, a beam of clarifying power. You see it cleansing heavy clouds until they're silver cascades of laughing, endless light. Grandfather Eagle bobs with joy. Those are the clouds of misery and weariness that creep into the visions of those on earth. Such clouds cannot resist the sun. The weakness of the East in human understanding is their way of perceiving death and decay. Humans do not see that it is but a transformation and letting go. They think of it as a destination. The great sun laughs and dances at such folly. Now I shall take you to the place of vision, so that you will never share in such blindness. A wheel of light rotates, and you are standing before a great pine tree. Beyond is a garden where the sun spirits dance. You can't see beyond the pine trees, but you only dimly know what's there in your deepest being. The pine tree deposits a small, bright, golden cone into your palm, and Grandfather Eagle instructs you to press this into your brow center. Now you are awakened, he says. The gift from the sacred pine tree will enable you to see with the vision of your heart, awakening the golden pine cone by breathing quietly, by going into your heart center. Then your true eye will open, the all-seeing eye of your God self, your gift from the tree. Many call it the mind in the heart. Grandfather Eagle again rotates a wheel of light. You feel a rush of energy and you're back on the mountaintop. There he teaches you how the eagle unflinchingly can look into the heart of the sun, and how it soars above all lower things and overcomes their gravity pull, so that its nobility is never dishonored, and how it takes the straight path to the grand heights without distraction or delay, so that its vision is unconfined and all-embracing. Grandfather Eagle teaches you his kind are messengers from Spirit, and that Spirit is the heart of everlasting love. Golden Warrior Woman comes to return you to your Native American guide. She gently wafts you on her fragrant currents of breath to the threshold of the eastern quarter of the medicine wheel. Your guide addresses you. Open your being to the lessons of this mystical orientation and to the all beauty, power and revelations that come to your heart from the east. You see the magical city of Glorious glittering in the rising sun, and a pure sword of flashing light, which is its sign. You know that this is the sword of the Spirit, which must be wielded in by every member of humanity, and that it points the way to humanity's future, saying, remove the veil of self-doubt. You step over the threshold, and with your guide beside you, you turn at last to the sacred north. He gives you the last shield. It is white, like a white sun. It's hung with white feathers and decorated in wampup with the motifs of the bird, animal, and stars, 4 golden bands across its face. The way of the north is lit by the mystery of the stars. Star elk spirit will show you the way. A male elk appears before you, bearing magnificent antlers. You touch his nose hesitantly, and he nuzzles your hand, and then he turns his great shoulders and walks into shining mist. You follow him, penetrating the silver mist, which dances around you in spears of rose, white, blue, and green that glow with a deep glassy sparkle, like mirrored pools of light. As you move further into these dancing, billowing lights, you begin to perceive many different animal shapes all around you. Some are well known to you. Others are the great animals of the grassy plains, and still others are completely unfamiliar, except that you recognize a fabulous or mythical beast now and again. You come to a ring of glimmering white rocks that seems suspended in the night sky. Nevertheless, there is a world here. The landscape is covered in pure white snow. The mists part, and you see clearly that the ring of stones is peopled by tall and beautiful men and women, mighty of stature and dressed in flowing clothes similar in some respect to the ceremonial dress of the Native American. Star Elk Spirit speaks. These are the Star People. This sphere of air is their lodge. They will invoke White Buffalo Woman for you. You are indeed honored. The ceremony begins, flowing and pulsing in a sweet and superb rhythm of song, moving in fast circles until a great white buffalo appears on the far horizon. It seems to descend from a group of stars, softly glimmering with muted fire. A constellation you know to be the Pleiades, the 7 sisters. It half rears on the skyline and then gallops towards you with a smooth motion. As the buffalo draws closer, you see that it's a woman who approaches you, a woman of miraculous beauty and grace, who bears within her form the presence of a great white buffalo. She's clothed in milk-white buffalo skins of fathomless purity, and around her flows an aura of pearly essence and the white peace of newly fallen snow. Who is it that summons White Buffalo Woman? She asks you, and you speak your name aloud. A deep stillness follows. In your spirit body you kneel at the feet of the White Buffalo Woman, for you see that here is Divine Mother, who in her perfect love for her human child gives of herself utterly and entirely. For every part of the buffalo gave life to her child of the plains. She gave them food, clothes, materials for construction their teepees, and bone tools to facilitate their everyday lives. Even the teeth of the buffalo gave them the shamanic charms and protections. Behind the roving buffalo herds stood White Buffalo Woman, cherished spirit mother to her people, endlessly bestowing her grace, her gifts, her essence. Held within the tender white radiance of this great being, you realize deep inside with yourself that every human soul must learn to emulate her purity, her loving service, to give of itself, holding nothing back and asking nothing in return, lifting human above barter and control. And you also see that receiving white buffalo woman's gift without appreciation and humanity gives rise to an arrogant certainty, which is the weakness of the North for the human soul. You see that certainly must only be experienced and expressed concerning principles, never details. Deeply you contemplate these things. Deeply you withdraw into the peace of your heart center to fathom the meaning and the beauty of these profound truths, for you see that its meaning, its beauty, and its beauty is its meaning. The presence of the white buffalo woman touches your heart and makes you long to honor your beauty path, the flight path of your spirit. Star elk spirit tosses his head and paws to the ground, ready to escort you safely back to the center of the medicine wheel. White buffalo woman has taken her path to the stars and has returned to the bright Palladius. You give thanks to the grateful and graceful star people, recognizing that they are angels. As you follow star elk spirit back through the dancing, leaping, colored mists, you realize that they are the northern lights, and you have penetrated their secret citadel. You reach the threshold of the northern quarter of the medicine wheel. Your guide awaits. He says to you, open your being to the lessons of this sacred orientation, to all the beauty, power, and revelations that come to your heart from the north. You see the fabled city of the north played over by a deeply dreaming occult light, the visionary light of the ancient days. It is Phalius, and its sign is the stone of the transformation, which is death, crowned by pale flickering fire. It says, banish the veil of self-will, for it is rooted in arrogance, narrowness, and partial sight. Flow with divine will, and you shall spread peace and beauty across the world. You cross the threshold to your guide. He tells you, now you must accept the fifth shield. Overhead the peaceful stars and new crescent moon shine down into the silent, still shadowed canyon. You stand at the center of the medicine wheel with your guide. As if a mist has fallen away from your eyes, you see that you are standing in a glen of precious stones. Its beauty and its peace are measureless. This is the fifth city, says your guide. It is the sacred wedding place of the soul and the spirit, where they conjoin and become as one. Each gem is a solid structure of knowledge and experience that you've used to capture and contain the light of your soul and the wisdom of the stars. These structures too must pass away so that only the living light remains, dynamic, free, and transformational. Looking up, you gaze at Venus, shining in the night sky. Your perception shifts, and it's as if you're suddenly looking up at a city of angels within the heart of the bright planet. As you watch, you perceive the glen of the precious stones magically come in one with this angelic city, as though there is an ascension and a descent and an interpenetration. You see that your guide is kneeling, and you kneel beside him. Before you stands the white-robed figure of a man with shining eyes, bearing the sign of the medicine wheel, the cross within the circle. With great gentleness and love, he gives you your 5th shield. You see that it's made of light. It is decorated with the cross within the circle and the all-seeing eye and a ring of hands. All its symbols are lit by stars, for this shield seems to contain the very galaxy itself. Make your soul a song to the Great Spirit, says the white-robed man. Pray to the winds, the Great Spirit will hear you. Pray to the galaxy. Set your light body walking on the Milky Way, the Great Spirit will bless you. Let the sun and the moon guide you, and let your spirit dwell often upon the beauty and mystery of Venus, for she has much to teach the stumbling children of earth. But above all, turn again and again to the stars that reside in your heart, for that is the Great Spirit's source. Do these things and you shall know peace. He blesses both you and your guide before disappearing as the 5th city recedes into mystery. You find yourself standing at the center of the simple medicine wheel. We have met with Hiwasa, the healer, Lord of wind and water, the holy prophet of God of the Native American tribes, said your guide. We have met with him, and he will come again. As day breaks into the cool, pure air of the canyon and Venus shines silver below the brilliant circle of the early morning sun, a deep knowledge is conveyed to you that humanity is standing on the brink of a new dawn that will bring deep and abiding peace to all the nations of the world, from the north to south, from the east to the west. Feel the vision comforting, healing, and inspiring every level of your being, enabling you to take up your life anew as a warrior of peace, guided always by the wise and peacemaking warrior who walks eternally by your side. Gently return to normal waking consciousness and seal your centers, crown, brow, throat, heart, solar plexus, with the bright silver cross in the circle of light, and ground yourself down with your breath. And repeat this affirmation. I walk my beauty path in peace. Peace flows to me from the stars. I am a warrior of peace. I walk my beauty path in peace. Peace flows to me from the stars. I am a warrior of peace. I walk my beauty path in peace. Peace flows to me from the stars. I am a warrior of peace.